welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome. So today I'm doing something quite exciting and a bit different for me because I'm going a bit out of my comfort zone. So I recently picked up the By Mitchel colour case. So these have gone absolutely like insane on TikTok, and they recently, I'd say recently, it was about 2 weeks ago, so I've had this for quite a while sitting in my cupboard, on sale, but it was like a massive sale that he had, and I got this for like £12 when normally these are like £30, or they discount them at like 25 or whatever. But I'm really glad I picked this one up. So I got the Say What one, and if you haven't seen these before, these are basically like paints that you can use for all over the face. And basically I picked up the colourful one because I felt like that one would probably be my kind of safe bet, because the one with, like, you know, the skin toned colours and the greys and stuff, I wouldn't really get much use out of them, and I do have like a lot of foundations and all that already, so I feel like getting one of those probably wouldn't have been as beneficial for me. So it comes in this really nice little case, because you also get a little spatula, which is really cool, because the fact that you can actually use this to scoop out the product as well, and then you get the actual case itself. I should have prepared myself a bit easier, but I didn't. But it comes nice and like wrapped up in the plastic, so I'm just going to get rid of this first. Okay, so with the case like this, it's really nice and soft, like it's really well made. So yeah, I got the ones with all the colours on the back, and I will be using this as like a blush, an eyeshadow and lipstick today, because these are like multi-use items. So let's open it up, and these are the colours itself. So as someone who isn't, I don't cast myself as being very like artistic. I've always wanted to like draw and paint and do stuff like that, but I've always been really scared to do it. But I feel like today we're going to go out of my comfort zone and try something like this. I would say this is quite reminiscent of the P. Louise like eye paints as well. I know Mitchell has also done a collaboration with P. Louise like ages ago. I actually have a couple of those paints, and they're really nice, and they do stay all day and they are great. So I'm going to start on the blush first, because I've already put on a foundation. So the shade names on these are pretty cool. I mean, I'm just going to go in with maybe this pink one right here. Like, pink blushes are not up there for me, but you know what, I'm still going to use it because it's one that I really want to use. And actually on the other side, I forgot, you get a little brush as well. I don't know if I'm going to use this, we'll see. So with the spatula, one thing that really kind of cringes me on the adverts is when people scooping them out. I really dislike stuff like that, I don't know why. So I'm going to take this shade, which is called Intimidated. So that's me using this whole thing. So we're just going to take like the tiniest amount, and they did say you do not need much. And I'm actually going to put it on the back of my hand because it does say to warm up the product. So I'm going to just kind of put this on with one of my brushes and pray for me that I don't look like a clown, because I do that all the bloody time anyway. But we're just gonna tap and we're gonna blend. So this is so pigmented. Even me getting that much was way too much. I've got so many wipes near me to kind of like get rid of any excess, because again, even using like the tiniest amount of paint is gonna make me look absolutely ridiculous. So I'm just gonna blend this out. What I might have to do is, because this is not it, I am probably gonna add a bit of foundation on top and just blend this out. So let's kind of get this moving. Okay, so I've just been tapping like my foundation brush on here just ever so lightly, because I feel like that was very powerful, even for someone like me who is like blush obsessed. I feel like that as a first step is insane. They're so pigmented, oh my god. Okay, I'm actually gonna go with a highlighter. So I don't have any of his like Gleam products, but I'm just gonna quickly go in with the liquid blusher in the shade Summer Sippin'. So I'm gonna use this as a highlighter just because like I mentioned, I don't have any of these other highlighters. I recently got this, I think part of like a mystery bundle, so I'm just gonna kind of pat some of this on. When I say some, I'm going all out. Why not? Because honestly, all his products that I've tried, I do really like. He just comes out with products so quickly, and honestly, the TikTok shop is mental with how many discounts. Like, I think at the time of filming, and even last week, he had like a 50% off like everything, and all his blushes were like £5, and this and that were really cheap. So I mean, good on him for getting so far. Okay, now we're gonna go on the eyes. I don't have anything on my lid because I just want to see if they really don't crease, because for someone who has very oily eyelids, I literally use the Urban Decay primer with every single time I use an eyeshadow, and it really stays there all day. But I want to try something a bit different today, so I'm kind of vibing with like a blue and green look today, because with the lips I'm going to go in maybe with something a little bit different. So I'm going to start off with, let's go with, oh god, because again the shades are very like all over the place, so to kind of get like a proper full effect they probably want you to buy all the cases. I'm not probably going to do that, it's going to take me a long time to get through this. I'm going to start off with this really deep green, which is called Keeping It Real. So we're going to take a fluffy brush, we're only going to take like the tiniest amount. I was watching some videos before I started filming for some inspiration, and I was watching Robert Welsh's kind of review on his TikTok, and he didn't put it on a spatula or anything, so I'm just going to kind of go for it, and I'm just going to blend, because yeah, again, these are so pigmented and I just want to be super careful. So let's get this one on. Okay, that's gone on really nicely, and it's very buildable as well. So the fact that it's really deep in here, don't let that intimidate you, because I feel like it's probably going to be not going to be that deep unless you kind of pile it on top of it. So I'm going to go in with the blue now, which is called Too Blue. So I'm going to take one of my elf brushes, and we're just going to take again a tiny amount. I feel like doing a bit of a blue wing. We're just going to be experimenting with this, because again, I don't know what I'm doing. So one thing that I like about this case is that you can be very imaginative. I know Mitchell was doing a competition, I don't know if it's still going, where if you do like a full face using these color cases, you could do like a collaboration with him or something like that. I don't know if that's still going or if it's finished, but it sounded like an amazing concept. Of course people are buying all his stuff because they wanted to like win and maybe do a collaboration with him. I'm not sure like if anyone won. If anyone knows, please let me know, because I'm intrigued, because yeah, it'd be nice to see like what looks people have done. So this blue, I'm just kind of piling it on top. It's not coming out massively like deep blue, that's because I'm not going like heavy handed. I'm just kind of like tapping it and, you know, making a bit of a wing. It's gone on again, very pigmented. It kind of, you have to build it up. It's not like it's a one wipe and done. It's kind of like you have to build it up. So now we're going to go in with blue jam, which is just here. So it's kind of like a not a lilac, like a pastel. That's my word. So a lot of these are pastels. Pastel is not like my favorite kind of color style to go for, but because obviously we're using this case today, we are going a pastel. So that's gone on really nicely. I mean, it's blending in really nice with the other shades, and I know you can mix them like they're paints, just to kind of fulfill your own kind of different colors if you don't have that. So I'm really enjoying this. I just wish I had better skills to actually make it look better. So now I'm just going to end on I'm kind of, alright, let's mix some colours, because I feel like we want to experiment a bit. Let's not be a bit boring. So I'm going to take some of the deep green, and then I'm going to take some of the blue, and then we're just going to mix it together. I mean, this is just again experimenting, because that's the whole point of these things. So I'm taking my Eye Slow Clean palette, and I know a lot of times they say to use the back of your hand because it will warm up the product, but you know what, I'm not the biggest fan of getting my fingers dirty and stuff like this. So I'm just gonna blend it and see what we make, and then we will put it on the lower part of the lid. One thing I wish they did have was some shimmers. I don't know how they would incorporate shimmers in this, but I felt like they could do like a palette that has shimmers, which would be amazing. So that's the two shades blended together. We're just going to tap it on the lids and just see what it makes. So I'm just going to bring it here so it's nice and deep. Oh, that's really nice. I mean, it's a lot more of the blue, so I think it kind of depends on how much you put in of each. So obviously if you want an equal amount, you really have to be quite careful, because again, yeah, this is just like paints for the eyes really. Okay, so those, you know what, I'm so far really happy. It hasn't creased in here at all. One thing that I did, I have mentioned before, when I've used their gel liners, they crease straight away in my lid. So the fact that this hasn't creased is pretty damn amazing, because everything creases in my lid. So now we're going to go on the lips, but I feel like mixing it up a little bit, because again, we're experimenting. I want to go in with this kind of like purplish shade, which is called Fuchsia, and I want to mix a little bit of this pink one, which is called Hushed. So we're going to take some of this Fuchsia first. We're taking a small amount because my lips are not that big, so we're going to take some on the palette first, and then we are taking Hushed. Is it Hushed? Yes. As well. So again, we're taking a tiny amount. That's probably again too much, but we are just taking it a bit at a time with this one. So what I'm also going to do is blend it. So I'm actually probably gonna, yeah, I'm gonna use my lip brush to blend it, and then we are just gonna use that as my lipstick. I know that, I mean, I've used blushes before as lipsticks and they can be quite drying, which is not something I'm a big fan of, but we're just gonna go for it. And this has come out really pink, so I'm probably gonna regret using this color, but we are just gonna go for this now. Wow, that's very bright. I don't wear bright shades at all, so let's go. Okay, that is crazy. So this is not really a shade that I would ever go for, because number one, it's too damn pink, and it's very like electric pink, which is not my shade at all. And this brush is actually shit. The one that I got, I think I got this from like Shein or something like that, so it's no surprise. One thing that I can say about these are very drying. So if you really want like your lipstick to kind of last all day, this will last, but it does feel like I've got the Sahara Desert on my lips, and it's very like, it looks very drying. So it's not like, it actually looks kind of appealing in my opinion. Like, I wouldn't want to wear something like this all day, because it would just look and kind of feel uncomfortable. But this is what I've managed to do with the color case. Is it perfect? No. But is this amazing? Absolutely. I love the fact that you can experiment and try so many different variations and not just stick to one color, and it can be used again all over the face. If you want to put these on your eyebrows or on your cheeks or anything like that, absolutely you can do that. I know with the like the other cases as well, people have been using them as like foundation and contours and stuff like that. Again, like I mentioned, I have really like no intention of buying those, because I probably won't use them that much as like foundation, because I prefer liquid foundations. That's just my own personal preference. But let me know if you have picked up any of these cases and the looks that you've been doing. Have you kind of mixing things, or are you sticking to the colors? I'm very intrigued. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias, because I'm always active on there, and I really appreciate you sitting down, spending some time with me, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye.